G'day there my friends, it's Admiral Revan here and it's good to catch up with you. So, as you know, there's a lot of things been going on floating around for a fair while and, you know, I honestly think that most of the stuff that's been going on in there is pretty full on. But, yes, so as the Missouri event, this one here, is coming to a close soon. I mean, pretty much, I encourage everyone to get their campaign missions done as soon as possible before it goes away. Be sure to log in, participate, and get it done as soon as possible. You can complete this pretty quickly through the co-op mode as well as randoms and other battle modes. So definitely get this done as soon as possible. With that being said, there's a lot of things happening in the future for the game. So, as you know, that the 6-year anniversary for World of Warships is finally coming around the corner. 6 years. Unreal, isn't it? So, World of Warships is going through a lot of changes, and honestly, the anniversary for 6 years for World of Warships is pretty much upon us. And in moving forward in this whole franchise, there's a lot of things going on about going into the Soviet aircraft carriers. The aircraft carriers are coming out very soon. There's a lot of news and controversy about why on earth we're going to have aircraft carriers that have never been built. But they're going to be brought in the game. But here's what to say about, in regarding to everything that we've been seeing and hearing about the whole franchise, since from day one. It's just like, World Tanks, when they brought in war machines that hadn't been built and they were in the fine blueprint but never been put in the making. Now, there's a lot of things coming out in the near future, which is, pretty interesting. Plus, you got the Aircraft Bureau's Rivalry that's coming out soon. Also, you have Convoy Mode, which is the new PvP version. Basically, you got players on both sides defending and attacking the convoy. And the people who are defending the convoy will have to escort the convoy to their destination, whereas the people who are attacking will have to destroy the convoy and destroy the escorts as well, if you can. But the whole purpose for attacking is basically your objective is to destroy the convoy. Now, the armory is getting updated as well. So basically, you're going to have some, different warships to purchase over in time. There's some more, new content coming out for Transformers is very soon as well. And also some new warships to be able to come on board. And look at this, you got the ability to participate as well. So make sure you're participating in the Independence Day of Brazil event, which I just did. And also, and moving forward though, there's some good, changes for game balancing and a few other things for submarines and other different warships as well. So be sure to go and check it out. Now, everything is all well and good. And most recently, I read this article about regarding to what has been happening on the CIS forums, and this was being mentioned not too long ago. This happened about 4 or 5 hours ago. Pretty much I was reading this up and I was pretty much just blown away. The article itself is actually on there and pretty much word for word. It's on the CIS forums, and oh man, if you translate that into your native language, it's pretty full on. I actually was just blown away with what I've read in this area, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is. It's only for your time and leisure. With that being said, just make sure, my friends, to keep yourself up to date for the actual forums and also dev blogs for the latest developments for World of Warships. Now, as I have repeatedly mentioned this off stream and on stream, that Wargaming has made a statement, an apology at the same time, and it's kind of like they addressed the issues and going to be working hard into improving the transparency of themselves for the franchise and the community in the next 12 months, the way I see it, it's going to be pretty much from here on in. Look, without going into too much of the politics, I do wish Wargaming well for doing so, because honestly, when I play World of Warships just for fun and enjoyment purposes, I try not to look at the negative side of things too much into World of Warships, because there are some positive vibes out of it that we all love and enjoy the game, and honestly it has a lot to be desired, and that is one of the biggest things. Now, operations is a big topic for me in this discussion here. So, a while ago, World of Warships had been doing a lot of operations, scenarios for us to play and have fun, which you all know. There's a lot of, Tier 6 operations, as well as a Tier 7 operation, and some Tier 8 operations. And honestly, it has been fantastic. Now, their roadmap and plan for Wargaming and World of Warships is to bring the ones that are on hiatus back. So the ones that have been on hiatus are pretty much the ones that are in Season 2 and Season 3 of the whole Operation Scenario program. Now, Cherry Blossom is a very fun one to enjoy. Basically, it is based on the actual events that transpired in the Second World War. And pretty much you can take in certain warships to help defend and repel the enemy attack at the same time. Basically, you get to escort a convoy ships as well as repel the enemy at the same time. It is actually pretty full on, this whole thing. Whereas Operation Hermes is Hermes, it's a PvE scenario. Basically you're escorting a convoy, and it held some full of gold, and destroy the attacking German ships out of the action area. Storms are brewing, however the weather conditions have frequently appeared on the battlefield. Players may take Tier 7 and 8 French battleships or British and American cruisers. It will be 7 players, so that's actually pretty interesting. Speaking about operations though, just to let you know that they have actually reset them to get some rewards, so if you want to go get it, definitely do so. The Ultimate Frontier was a challenging one, and I love this one. The Ultimate Frontier scenario is fantastic at Tier 7, and this is a brilliant operation all around. Definitely you will love it. It's great, it's fantastic, it's challenging, and honestly what you deal with is actually pretty full on. So definitely the Ultimate Frontier is basically your forces are going to attack the base, and at the same time you have to defend it and repel against the enemy defend waves of warships that's coming in with consistent carriers, battleships, cruisers, destroyers. So it'll be awesome. Operation Dynamo, on the other hand, this one's a fun one. If you like the idea of what happened back in the days of Dunkirk, this is basically your forces have to go towards the beach shore of Dunkirk, rescue the people there, and escape safely back to England. That's all it is. Pretty much is a good operation all around. It's fun, it's enjoyable, and honestly, I do hope to see these operations come back in different phases in the near future. We do miss them, and I would like to see them come back. One of the recommendations I also want to put out there to Wargaming and the people out there to give you an idea is that it would be good to have different greatest battles come back. Like for example, Battle of Leyte Gulf, the Battle of Siberian Sea, the Battle of Sargassola Strait, and the Battle of Ingario as well. It'll be fantastic and good to be put back into play. Also, the Solomon Islands campaign. It'll be awesome because, like, for both the Japanese and the American version, the reason behind this is because that for the Japanese, you can actually have them attacking the American base when they capture Henderson Field at the Solomon Islands at Guadalcanal. And also, you can do the American version, which is actually for us to defend. Now, honestly, it's gonna be great, like all around, because like there's a lot of good naval battles that happened there. For example, the HMAS Australia was there as well, and they died in battle there as well. So, the ship itself, I think it's the Canberra that got lost there, but there's a combination of some, fighters from the Anzac nations of Australia and New Zealand, as well as the Americans, and along with the islanders like Solomon Islands, Fiji, and Tonga. Thinking about that, and alongside with the UK, that'll be a great battle all round of seeing the whole campaign there. So you get to see some Australian and New Zealand warships, as well as American Brit warships as well involved, and that'll be fantastic to include that. I think that'll be a great Tier 8, Tier 7 battle all round there. Leyte Gulf, on the other hand, I feel that it's more of a Tier 8 and Tier 9 and possibly Tier 10 operation right there. So that is very good to have the high tiers involved. If you want wargaming, in my perspective in this matter, throw in a Tier 9, Tier 10 operation. And this will be a full-on battle all around. So it's going to be great. Honestly, Normandy, on the other hand, as one of the things I had in mind was that Operation Normandy could be a possible scenario, like in disregarding to like a possibility of maybe like look at a possibility, like aside from like the Allies invading, what if you threw the idea that we have a fleet trying to repel the invasion, and basically just put a what if scenario for it, and that'll be interesting. But the ideas are there, the possibilities. So honestly, all around, I think it's going to be great. So anything's going to be a possibility with this game. So in regarding to the operations and my thoughts about it and returning, I honestly think it's going to be a good thing. It'll be good to see more options to choose from, and they'll be come back on a weekly basis and rotate, get people involved. And honestly, with certain operations that had convoys involved, maybe you can introduce them into Convoy Mode so that people can play them in the PvP version. But, the opportunities are endless, and it's out there. But anyhow, my friends, I think, everything I've seen, read on here so far is, fantastic. I think everything is possible with this whole franchise. I mean, there's a lot of things that can be thrown in there. The special events I'm not too worried about because, they only occur every now and then. But if you bring back these old operations that have been put on hiatus and bring them back in, that'll be fantastic. Eventually it will happen. So we'll see what happens in the roadmap for the next 12 months. But if Wargaming wants to throw in a couple new ones, definitely bring out the historical events of these, big battles, like the Leyte Gulf, Solomon Island campaign, Normandy, and, Subian Sea, Siguriya Strait, and Cape Agario. But, anyways, my friends, I think I'll leave it there. But, yeah, definitely it's going to be interesting in the long term. So, my friends, I think we'll see how things pan out in the near future.